Coming off the top turn, let's see if Bruce White can lead them away. Loadsman on the outside, threatening to pounce. Touch of wheels, at least it's a fair start. This time White gets the jump and the run to turn number one. Let's see what he does with it. He gets a little offline, the track a little heavy, but down the back straight, he's still in the lead. Running second is the Squirt and the Dirt 33 car of Brett Loadsman. Traffic heavy back in the field as 64 Craig Darville gets out of shape. Some of the others, a lot of clay on that top turn, and some of them being filled in already, but it's still number 90, Bruce White, the race leader, and running in second spot, Brett Loadsman.
Yeah, the battle is on for third and fourth as Kerry Madsen goes to the outside, but he couldn't turn it last time. He was caught up on the high side, couldn't do anything about it. Actually, the 63 car, which I think is young Walker, starting to pull in Brett Loadsman as they go to the bottom corner. And how on earth he's steering through that water on the inside, I'll never know, but he's done a fabulous job, and he's made his way up now into second. Loadsman didn't like that being passed, so he goes to the high side and loses all that ground. So the kid has done a pretty good job here at 63.
And as we go through the top turn once more, 75 Rod Bowen has come from position 8 to be 5th on the track and starting to close in on car 29 Kerry Madsen. Back to the pits goes Dr. Hook. And as we come back to the main chute, there's now 4 laps to go. We're at the halfway mark. Whitey is in front. It's car number 63. Lee Walker runs in second. Trouble there for 29 off the circuit goes Kerry Madsen, and that moves car 75 Rod Bowen up to position 4 on the track.
Well, White goes to the bottom corner. If anything, I think young Walker is gaining ground on him. Loadsman is up to third place. Well, he's actually drifted back after starting on the front row, and Rod Bowen starting to come into it. But it'll need a yellow flag to bring them and drag them up into behind the leaders as they go across the straight now. And there's 2 laps to go.
Track a little heavier than it looked at the outset of this evening, but it'll need a fair bit of packing because there's a lot of sprint car racing ahead this evening. As they come back to the main straight this time, White, who hasn't appeared many times this season, now comps a white flag. He's one lap away from his first win. They've been few and far between. Lee Walker tries to spoil the parade. In all sorts of trouble, handling problems once more in the main straight is Kerry Madsen, but the race leader is already through turn 3, turn 4, main straight away, and Bruce White scores, I think, his first win of the season. Lee Walker home for second in 63, and coming in for third in the Squirt and the Dirt car is Brett Loadsman.
They might let him start on the next one off the back. Let's wait and see. They come out of the corner. Tony Hopping can't do anything about that. Skip Jackson goes up the inside. Now up to Peter Kraft to put a bit of lean on the boys here as they move onto the back straightaway and they get head off down there. Jamie Jones has gone through to take over the lead. Kraft takes Hopping in his stride here as they come down the front straightaway. Jones has gone from the inside to the outside, but going up on the inside of him is Skip Jackson. Now Kraft gets onto racing terms. Scotty Davis coming through the field, and Ivan Walker getting the short back and sides from those back in the pack just a little. Okay, Jamie Jones still holds control here. I thought Jackson may have moved to the inside of him. Now he tries to set him up here on the inside. Kraft is there as well, and he should be right on his tail expecting a pass here, because I think Jackson is luring him into a sense of false security and may go to the outside in the next corner or so. Let's see. Now Jackson has got defensive all of a sudden. He's trying to fend off Peter Kraft at the same time, and also try and gain on Jamie Jones. They hit the back straight, and there goes Kraft up on the inside.
Kraft is letting Jackson know he realises he's the main opposition tonight, and he's on the boil and keen to win races and pick up points. As they go through the top turn, Jamie Jones remains in front, but more aggressive as they go down the back chute is Kraft, who has a look on the inside again. There could be a contact here. The two of them rubbing wheels as they come to the main straight.
Kraft says, "I'm quicker than you," and he is. But he's come up here on one of the 18.
Oh, in the main straight, it's 19 Walker again, touching the Queenslander in 56. They sort themselves out. And now we have Peter Kraft starting to drive away. Jamie Jones in second. Skip Jackson back in third and about to pull off, I think, is car number 18.
Just thinking how many more races Kraft would have won this season if he showed the same aggressive attitude. Because he's gone through. They wanted to rub wheels. He said, that's fine. White flag to go. Kraft is up, and here is Skip Jackson and Jamie Jones banging wheels as they go into the bottom corner. Kraft's clear by almost the length of the back straight and coming up to the top corner. The timer is already on. The checkered flag at the ready, and Crafty Pete across the line takes the win. He'll be off the front row too for his second race tonight. Second spot is going to go to Skip Jackson. Third place to Jamie Jones, followed by Tony Hopping. The next one will be car number 19, and that was the car driven by Ivan Walker. Keep an eye on Lightning Leela McSpadden from Phoenix, Arizona. He's on the outside of row 3. Go Leland. Okay, into the bottom corner. Young Sailart goes through to take over the lead as they make their way in onto the back straightaway. And halfway down the back straight, Wayne Skipper is the one up into second spot. Then it's Norm Jackson, the next one through, and make no mistake about the bloke who's wanting to make the big moves. It's Grant Tunks. Yeah. Leland want to get on with this just a little bit because he's going to get past here. He gets under young Jeffrey on the back straight away, and that pulls him up into fourth.
Into the main straight, Darren Sailart's the race leader. Skipper runs in second. Jackson is third. Further back in the field comes Britton and then McSpadden. McSpadden worth keeping an eye on now. Starting to dial in. He's had no practice in the car and no practice on the circuit. So he's not doing too badly. First time out. Now cops the sun on his face and falls back into the clutches of Jeffrey and Grant Tunks in 55.
Actually, Nathan Wilson was the one making the big moves. He's already passed Bob Jackson, so he thinks a new car, new skill. He's off and running. But they're not going to catch Darren Sailart. He's got 4 laps to go as he goes across the line. Wayne Skipper in second, then followed by Norm Jackson, Brian Britton, Leland McSpadden without the Lightning, and the next one behind them is Tunks, and then it is Jeffrey, followed by Nathan Wilson.
Back to the main straight, 34 the leader, just watching at the tail of the field. Nathan Wilson to see how determined he is to get past Linton Jeffrey. That is a mountain to climb. Oh, yes, and there's a touch of wheels there. Linton doesn't have any rear vision mirrors. Oh, dear.
They're not going to catch Sailart. He's long gone. 24 Skipper is up in the second. I thought Leela might have been able to do something with these two in front of him, but he hasn't been so far. They go down the back straight away. Britton dives in and under Norm Jackson. That could have worked and might have worked, but it did work as it turned out. They're having their own little scrap. They've got a lap to go. Darren Sailart is long gone. He's well clear as they come down the back straight away. We'll get the checkered flag. The last corner coming up. And one of the young lions of sprint car racing, Darren Sailart, across the line, takes the win. Second spot, I think, will go to Wayne Skipper. Third will go to Norm Jackson, Brian Britton, and the next one is McSpadden over Grant Tunks.
Brett Loadsman on the sprint car scene. As we saw, he had some problems. He's bent a valve in the car, broken a valve. He's raced home to get his second car, and he'll be back starting from the rear of the field in the B main.
There's been a break. The green light is on. Will it stay on? Indeed it does. And now it will come off because we have West Henderson paying a visit to the Donstein plant hire sign in the main straight. And look at this. Someone hasn't realised it just yet. The Westco car comes back to the main straight. Car number 90, that's Whitey, now slows down. And it'll be a sedate restart. Up the main straight, I think they'll let them go this time because it was Lee Walker who hung back. So they go through the first turn and run down the back chute. It's Rod Bowen by how much? We haven't even completed one lap. Coming through quickly from the back of the field. Very quickly is Kerry Madsen. He's trying to make up for lost time. He's running in fourth and having a look on the outside for a possible third.
I don't know if that move way to the outside was the correct move for Kerry Madsen that time round. A great battle further back in the pack between White, Heat 1 winner, Kelleher and West Henderson. Madsen now on the inside of Shields, and you won't see many better racing passes than that. Doesn't matter if you're on the oval or on the tar. Madsen is on the pace here tonight. He showed a lot of promise earlier on in the season in the PJ Nationals, and a victim of circumstance that night, looking to make amends for a disappointing night. Madsen is in position number 3 on the track, but your leader is Rod Bowen, Stephen. They will do it tough to catch him.
Yes, they will, but the real mover and showing what he's capable of later in tonight is Kerry Madsen. This is the Madsen of old. Down the back straight in a borrowed car. The Gall machine, number 29 for the remainder of the summer. Up the main straight, he's captured Walker. Keep in mind, Walker had about 10 car lengths, just 2 laps. Now he has a look on the inside down the back straight. Walker will be challenged, this time through the top turn. Sweeps high around the outside. Doesn't know whether to go low or stay up. Follows him, and we have a spin. It's West Henderson again, and that's a pity. But then again, we're going to have The field back nose to tail. The advantage that Rod Bowen had is now being yielded. And so Walker moves up on the tail of 75, and 29 moves right on the tail of car number 63. And Kerry Madsen, welcome back to form.
The remaining 3 laps of this heat race, heat number 4, brought to you by Auto One. Parts and accessories. Bowen on the gas. Walker not doing such a bad job. He goes out nice and wide, and the Madsen attack is back. And Madsen sets his sights on the number 63 car. They tangle, and Madsen gets the better of the exchange. Walker relegated to position black on the track.
Kerry's in a take no prisoners mood tonight. I wonder if he can do anything with 75 with the distance left. No, he won't. There's only 2 laps to go. Shields tries to come back and have a look at 29 close up, but Madsen's really got the bit between his teeth tonight. That's not detracting from the drive. Off the front row by Rod Bowen. Bowen's in the groove, goes to the back chute, but it's Madsen the one I'm going to pencil in for a close look during tonight's main, because he really is aggressive. There's your winner, Rod Bowen, first home. Kerry Madsen finishes in the top 3 for once. Trevor Shield home for third. No time taken because of the stoppages.
Heat number 5, Chandler's 8 laps. The journey, Perovich on the outside. Kraft v Jackson, that's the battle we're watching, and Kraft moves into turn number 1 in that position. Skip Jackson up from the second row, moves into second. This Grizzly chassis is working a treat on the clay bowl tonight. Crafty running on the line, so too Skip Jackson. They're running about 1/3 racetrack. Jackson a little higher out of turns 3 and 4, and you saw him bombing around a little bit. And tonight is the night. If Crafty's going to win one, this is the type of track he just loves. On the inside, running the pole line, Billy Roberts, team engineer, has got the car dialed in nicely. So too Skip Jackson, who's looking nice as he enters 3 and 4. And these 2 superstars in the sprint cars have moved out considerably from our 3rd place driver, who also is doing a nice job. That is Marty Perovich. Tony Wadless and Scotty Davis, our Queensland contingent this heat, are going well through the field, and we have, an amber down the back straight away. Ivan Walker, car number 19. A little tangle with Scotty Davis as they went down the back straightaway and headed into 3. Ready. Crafty jumps. Skip missed it. Skip missed it. He's back on the gas now, but that's given Kraft 20 metres. Sponsored by his own differential shop. I'll be selling a few more of them next week if he comes up with the goods tonight. And Kraft, P full stop is looking fantastic out front in the 86 car. 3 laps remaining. Skilled Engineering and Gibson Freight are the names on the side of the Skip Jackson car. He is currently placed in the silver medal position. They come back down across the strike, and there is now 2 to go. A good battle a little further back in the pack. Scotty Davis and we've got flames. We've got flames in the Perovich car. All but out. And Marty, no doubt, pretty quick and pretty keen to get out of there. Again, Kraft onto it early. Jackson nice and sideways in 3 and 4. Hopping has gone MIA. Jackson is right on the hammer of Kraft, and we've got a 2.5 lap match race as the 2 combatants go down into 3 and 4. Jackson again closes. Can Kraft from pole position hold him out? They go into 1 and 2. Jackson on the low line. Kraft keeping it about mid-track. Down the back straightaway. This is an ideal track for these 2 super competitors. Jackson again looking on the inside. The white flag is out. We've got 4:50 to go. Kraft and Jackson again on the outside. I think Kraft will have enough to take it to the flag, and that will be a 100% record tonight for Kraft, P full stop. Jackson second, third Azor. Fourth is Davis. Wanless will round out your 5. No time taken due to the stoppage. Ready to go, sprint car racing one more time. Wilson and Jackson from the front. Wilson gets a better start that time. Jackson again round the outside. Maybe more power, maybe a little more bravado. Grant Tunks moves through to occupy position number 2 on the track. Nathan Wilson I watched earlier in heat number 1. Not the quickest car on the track, don't get me wrong, but he was silk smooth, and that's the way you've got to be on a track like Parramatta tonight. Nathan Wilson not losing anything on Grant Tunks, who is our second place driver. First at the moment is Bob Jackson, and we've got one into the tyres. Upside down, it's time to look at the world from a different perspective. And it was Bob Huss Beatty, car number 72, Bobby Beatty. Restart time. Bob Jackson from Grant Tunks and Nathan Wilson, who certainly hasn't finished charging at this juncture in the race. We have 7 to go. That's only one completed full racing lap. Bob Jackson looking good, taking the early lead from Tunks. Wilson, Darren Salyard looking to maintain a 100% record as he moves up to occupy position number 4 on the racetrack. A good move by the driver of car number 34, Bob Jackson, looking nice out front, as is Grant Tunks. Nathan Wilson not losing any on the leading 2, not gaining a hell of a lot though, but driving extremely smooth. I think you'll find Nathan Wilson's been watching Peter Craft in the opening 2 heats. And a very similar setup in the cars. And Nathan Wilson hugging that bottom line. I tell you what, the Cobar kid is on the hammer tonight and is in fact moving in on Grant Tunks in the Shantana Landscape number 55 car. I think it's fair to say Wilson having a little bit of problem with turn number 2, but in 3 and 4 he's going hell for leather. Bob Jackson is your race leader as we've got 2.5 racing laps to go. Grant Tunks is second. Nathan Wilson finally gets the apex right, and he must have gained 20-30 metres in one foul hit. 2 remaining. Jackson, Tunks, Wilson. And Wilson, driver tonight early on. Into turns 3 and 4, your race leader is Bob Jackson. The white flag is out. We have 1 to go, about 450 metres around the clay bowl. Grant Tunks is second. Nathan Wilson, I hope he can stay out of trouble, is in third. He slingshots once again. His timepiece is running out, but your race winner, Skip couldn't do it, but brother Bob has to collect the checkered flag. Second place is Grant Tunks. Third place is Nathan Wilson, and a good 4th is Darren Salyard in the number 34 car. Your time, there is none, of course, due to the stoppage. Good win, though, to Bobby Jackson.